let me just get this camera adjusted. Ooh, decent enough. Just move it over a little bit. Move my little mouse out the way. All right. So Leo, hi, my last one, little baby. You know I like to save Leo for the last. If you're new here, hi. I'm really skipping an intro because I would just like to get my forecast done this month so I can move on to other things. So, you know, you've seen one tarot reading, you've seen them all. We're going to get into 3 readings, all right? All of your cards have been shuffled. I like to shuffle off camera these days. However, I am still going to get our oracle message on camera. So your monthly forecast, love and relationship, career and finances, just going to go ahead and put these to the side for now. Put them to the side for now. Okay. All right. I'm using crystal spirits this month. So let's go ahead and see what we get. It's been really difficult to get jumpers out of this deck. So hopefully we get a, let's see if Spirit gives us one quickly. Just one, please, for Leo for the month of November. Guidance for Leo, the month of November 2025. What message do you have for the Leos, please? Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, I don't even know what that was. Ooh, okay, I got it. All right, so I'll read that at the end. Okay, I like to see how all of these cards connect with the reading overall. But I like to pick it in advance before I even know what these cards are. That's kind of the fun of it. Like picking, I like to pick the oracle cards before I finish the reading because I think it rounds out the reading. All right. Leo, I have not done a personal forecast intentionally this month, so this is truly mine and your forecast. I'm kind of excited, but kind of scared. Okay, interesting. This is a very interesting reading. Very interesting reading. Yeah, sometimes I just don't like to do my own reading because sometimes I just like to lean into my own intuition, but you know, because I do this work, I'm going to get some sort of guidance even from my collective. So let's see. Let's go ahead and start with the 7 of Pentacles. You're starting off the month waiting. 7 of Pentacles is when you're investing time and energy into something and just waiting to see the results and the benefits of it. So that's how we're starting November, investing time and energy. Not really sure if it'll pay off, but hoping it will, right? You're nurturing your seeds that you've planted. Theme of the month is High Priestess, intuition. Okay, focusing on your intuition. And excuse me, this could be just an intuitive in your life. Maybe you're spending a lot of time with an intuitive in your life. Obviously for me, I am a professional psychic medium, so I understand maybe this is the focus of my month. Arguably, it's always the focus of my month. But for you, if you're not, you know, a professional psychic, this would be for you to tap in and trust your intuition, especially now more than ever. Sometimes the High Priestess is also about being secretive, keeping things close to your chest, you know? Maybe that's a message too. Key goal to pursue, Page of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. This also represents diligence and dedication, hard work, apprentice kind of energy. Now, you might be 50 and still get the Page of Pentacles, but what this means is that you're investing yourself into something new that you want to become good at, okay? Does that make sense? Okay, obstacle to overcome, 6 of Pentacles. This is either receiving or giving finances. Maybe the flow of money is a stressor for you, or maybe somebody wants money from you and you can't come up with it, or you're not sure if you should help somebody out. That could be, the message will clarify that. Major accomplishment is 2 of Cups. The 2 of Cups is partnerships and unions. Oftentimes it is usually romantic, but it could represent business partnerships as well, or platonic partnerships. So we'll definitely clarify exactly what type of partnership is a major accomplishment for you this month, Leo. What to avoid, the Hierophant. The Hierophant is connected to Taurus energy in case a Taurus is important in your life, or maybe soon will not be. I don't know. So maybe avoiding a Taurus. The Hierophant is also related to a lot of things. It's related to a spiritual teacher, but as you'll see in this deck, they're all in suits, and that is because the Hierophant is connected to organization. Sometimes also the clergy, you know, maybe, but like they're like in business suits. They're not even in like church suits, you know? But anyway, okay, so maybe we're avoiding church. Okay, maybe that's I don't know. Take that if it resonates, but it's representative of spiritual teacher, but it's also representative of organizations and institutions. So we're going to clarify exactly what this means so we know what you need to be avoiding. Maybe avoiding a spiritual teacher of some sort that maybe means more harm than good. What to embrace, 5 of Pentacles. Now, I don't use reversals, so I would assume that this would mean coming out of financial hardship, okay? But the 5 of Pentacles is usually hard times, hardship, neglection, or feeling neglected. I'm not saying that you need to pursue that at all or what to embrace at all. For me, this would be coming out of it. They're really just in this position. That's the only way really I can interpret that. Where to find support, justice. So we have some maybe administrative support coming through for you. That's interesting. We also have Libra energy here. Potentially a Libra could be helpful for you. We'll clarify that. Getting what you deserve as well. Overcoming as well. Like when I think about here's what's coming to mind when I look at the Justice card. This is from my my Queen of the Moon Oracle deck. I'm thinking of the Resistance card. And that's why I'm thinking of overcome. I feel like I see it here. Yeah. You know, you see the imagery, the similarities, the resistance. Like, and that's why it's like overcoming energy to me. Look, abundance. Bow. Love it. Love the confirmation. All right, let's keep going. And then lastly, we have 8 of Cups. Okay, that's interesting. Advice and encouragement is 8 of Cups, walking away. Very interesting. We will see what we will be walking away from. The 8 of Cups is also needing time alone. That is so interesting. We have I look at these cards together usually. So major accomplishment is a partnership while simultaneously walking away from something or needing time alone. That's very, very interesting. So we'll clarify. All right, let's go ahead and dig in. Where do I want to start? I do want to clarify the High Priestess, but I don't know that I want to do that with tarot. Clarify, please, the High Priestess for Leo, theme of the month. Look, as the 5 of Pentacles comes out again. We've got the King of Cups and the Chariot. Now, the King of Cups is managing your emotions, and the Chariot does represent the sign of Cancer. I'm not sure if a Cancer is going to be important to you this month, but the Chariot is moving on and moving forward. Looking to the future, perhaps. Overcoming obstacles also is a message of the Chariot, but it looks like you're going to need to use your intuition to do it. Okay. I don't want to overinterpret that. Okay, let's look at what we're investing our energy and time into. The Page of Pentacles, key goal to pursue. Please clarify for Leo Spirit. The Page of Pentacles, great fortune. Love it. Something that can bring you wealth. Again, you're trying. When the Page of Pentacles is here, it's more than just learning and research. That's the Page of Swords. You're really putting effort and time and energy into something that you want to give you money. You want to monetize this. Sometimes the Page of Pentacles can represent a new business venture. Let's look at how you will receive, let's just see what comes out of the career and finance deck for this. How exactly is Leo going to build this great fortune? Like what is the pathway? What is the focus this month with the great fortune card here? A halt and ask for help. Okay. Money's coming to, I don't really want to read these. Let me stop being impatient. Money has come to a complete halt, or money is slow in coming in. Don't borrow more than you can repay. Debt might be piling up. But I think this is with the 5 of Pentacles here. Ask for help. Consider asking for help with regard to your financial problems. Look at your financial situation from a new perspective. You still have some resources remaining. I was really hoping more so for a message on how, Spirit. I mean, maybe it's going to be different for everybody. So maybe I'm not supposed to get a specific answer on that in terms of exactly how, what you're investing into to generate this great fortune. Anything else for Leo? For the Page of Pentacles. Motivator. Okay. You are very encouraging, Leo. Okay, this is a skill you possess there's a skill you possess that needs to be shared with the world. Consider a career in coaching, speaking, lobbying, activism, or mentoring. You may be in need of motivation yourself or needing inspiration. Okay. My dog is being so annoying. I hear you, babe. I hear you grumbling, but you need to let me finish this reading. I love you. I've been recording for like hours. All right, let's look at this Six of Pentacles. So is Leo giving or needing or to give or receive money? Clarify this for Leo, please. Okay, change. Okay. Obstacle to overcome, change. Now, something that I like to focus on is the person moving in the background. I'm not sure if you're trying to move at all or contemplating moving, Leo. Changing locations. Clarify, please, the Six of Pentacles for Leo, obstacle to overcome. Okay, what flipped over reversed? Concern. So big. Kind of hate that card. I hate that card and I hate the messenger card. Oh, shit. Damn it. Okay, I need to just like take a beat. I'm like dropping all these fucking cards. It's just annoying when these cards fall on the floor because this tripod is in the way. So I'm like, can't really reach to get them. Literally kind of like, okay. There was too many cards anyway. I'll show you. Wheel of Fortune, Knight of Swords, Empress, Queen of Pentacles, Hangman. To me, this would be like, you need to move quickly. Don't stall too long. Needing to take some action here related to a money venture that could bring abundance. But let's try that again, Spirit. Can I have one card to clarify the Six of Pentacles, please? Is that the Knight of Swords again? No, Page of Swords. Communication. I'm still not really sure if you need to give. I mean, I know what I need. I need a bag like yesterday. I don't know about you, Leo, but I have needed a bag like yesterday. I'm just gonna pick a yes or no. Okay, let's just see what we get here in terms of what it is that you really need. Okay, cool. You'll get a lucky break. It's a successful venture. I literally just said, didn't I just say that? I said you need to kind of move quickly for some venture. Back of the deck energy here, by the way, is Queen of High Priestess here. I'm going to pull out the luck card. So to me, this is about you receiving money, okay? All right, let me look at the, let me find the luck card. Here it is. I think sometimes these decks just use stock photos because literally it's like the same. All right, your luck is about to change for the better. You could get a lucky break or some financial breakthrough. Anything you do now will be very prosperous. Okay. All right, let's look at this Two of Cups. Clarify, please, this Two of Cups for Leo for the month of November 2025. All right, so for me, this is like a business partnership, unexpected income. Might be a business partnership here, okay? We'll see what happens in your love life. But to me, it's getting aligned with the right people. Clarify, please. 2 cups. Ugh, another fucking card on the floor. And it's the Lovers. Okay. Which, to me... Now, sure. I mean, I'm very interested to see what comes up in your love reading. But sure, whenever we have the 2 of Cups and the Lovers, it normally is soulmate energy. It normally is soulmate energy. So if you are single, Leo, this could be a really positive message that love is coming in at the end of November. Okay, which would be good because that will be the end of the retrograde. So that would be positive. The Lovers is Gemini energy, in case that's important to you. Unexpected income is usually quite that, unexpected income. So this is either an unexpected business partnership or alliance. But I wonder, I've never really seen it interpreted this way, but I wonder if there is a message here of unexpected love. Even income is still, I guess I'm thinking about the income can potentially be interchangeable with maybe not money, but love. Does that make sense? I think you know what I'm trying to say. I think you know what I'm trying to say. I'm like trying to fix my earring right now. This is like the worst time to be doing this. I just want to make sure that this earring is tight. Okay. Okay, let's clarify the Hierophant. What does Leo need to avoid over here, Hierophant? Okay, we got 2 cards here. Distant Horizon and Gift. Okay, I'm going to tell you how this relates to me, and I have no idea how this will relate to you. Okay, but I like to share sometimes because it might help you see, help you see things differently. So I talked about in a different reading, I think for Libra's reading, my brother, who is a black man, gifted me a flight to come see him well, not him, but just like my family for Thanksgiving. And they're in Georgia. I live in New Jersey. So even though I just drove down spontaneously last month, so I did see them recently. I haven't seen them all together since I left in April 2024. So it's been a long time since it's been over a year since I saw my family, which is crazy because it literally hasn't felt like that long. I'm going to clarify this, but again, just getting to the point here. He texted me last night because he was like, what are you going to do if you can't come down because the government shutdown is affecting flights? I just saw today that they're grounding like 10% of flights coming out of airports because there's just not enough staff. So for me, I might see this as, okay, maybe I don't need to travel even though it was gifted to me. Now let's just see what else comes out here of the Hierophant, because I don't really associate travel with the Hierophant, but sometimes it's not really about the card, it's about the imagery of the card, you know? Clarify, please, what to avoid for Leo. The Fool. I often look at the Fool as journey as well, and Sasha was supposed to come with me. Anything else? What to avoid? So the Fool is often a journey. I think I might need to, I think I'm going to create some content around that because that seems to be a consistent message with the flights going down that maybe people need to not be traveling for. Are some of these upside down? That maybe people need to not be traveling for the holidays. Yeah, the cards that were upside down that I put back or I put in the wrong way. I don't think, I mean, you're hearing it first, Leo, but I don't think that the flights will likely be up and running. I was saying, personally, I hope that they are because I think that would be a huge clusterfuck to have no flights on the busiest holiday of the year. I mean, can you imagine private jets? Can you imagine? I don't even know if people can fly private. Because don't people still need the FFA? I don't know. It's a really interesting thought there. But anyway. Anything else, Spirit, around what to avoid for Leo? Anything else that this could be related to for Leo? Five of Cups. So something, sadness, grief, loss, being alone. I don't know. What to avoid? Avoid being sad. This could be, this is a reach, Leo, but it could be as well that you were supposed to start a new job or something with the Fool here, and maybe now you're not. Maybe now that's being taken away. I'm not sure. You'll have to let me know how everything works out for you this month. Okay, so what to embrace? Five of Pentacles. Let's look. What to embrace? Courthouse. Okay. So we have, oh, is there something behind that? No. Courthouse. So we have something administrative to take care of with the courthouse card. What to embrace? Okay, we have male and child. Immediately child support is coming to mind if that is important to any of you. Maybe you guys, if I find this, I hear this a lot, that some women don't file, they just kind of try to work it out with their person, but you might have not received money from your person in such a long time that you just decide, you know what, I need to file because I can't keep like wondering if I'll get money or not from this person or not, you know? Clarify, please, what to embrace for Leo. Knight of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. All right. Okay, so justice. Clarify, please, the justice. I'm clarifying a lot, guys. The benefit of me doing you guys last, I really like to get into the thick of these readings. What does Leo, where does Leo need to find support? Please clarify the justice card. Privileged lady, love it. So for me, Leo, if it definitely seems that money is a problem. I mean, arguably money is a problem for a lot of people right now. But to me, whenever I see the privileged lady card, it represents somebody who's like financially comfortable. And even if you're not exactly comfortable right now, it's usually an indication that you will have the means. And so if you're in a financial bind right now, you're going to have the means that you need to persevere. I do want to look at this Eight of Cups though. What are you walking away from? Where to find support? Or this is advice and encouragement. Eight of Cups. What are you walking away from? Eight of Cups. What are you walking away from? Okay. Message. Clarify the Eight of Cups, please, for Leo. I swear to God, if another one of these fucking cards fall on the floor, I'm gonna lose it. I'm losing my motherfucking medulla. Okay. Ugh. Page of Wands. Fire sign energy again. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Expression, creative expression, wanting to see what's out there. Clarify, okay, what is this? Nine of Wands, perseverance, resilience. Eight of Cups. Three of Pentacles, teamwork, collaboration. I'm missing something about the Eight of Cups. I'm missing something. Hold on, guys, pause. Hold on, because I'm struggling here that this is in the position of advice and encouragement. All right, let's look. What am I missing? And for if you're wondering, I've got the textbook out. The textbook is out. Interesting. These are some quotes that are here for the Eight of Cups. Here's the first one. This is not a problem that we can turn away from. We must be prepared to face it. We must not let the sensible reluctance to fight drive us into wishful thinking. Okay. Another quote is, focus more on your desire than on your doubt, and the dream will take care of itself. You may be surprised at how easily this happens. Your doubts are not as powerful as your desires unless you make them so. And then here's another quote is, whatever you are trying to avoid will not go away until you confront it. Okay. I'm looking at all of these interpretations. Here's what I'm going to read. When the Eight of Cups shows up in a tarot reading, you may feel compelled to walk away from a disappointing situation. It could mean turning your back on an unfulfilling relationship, job, career path, living arrangement, or creative project that was once a source of great happiness to you, but now only brings you pain. You have invested yourself emotionally, but despite your best efforts, are disappointed. It hasn't turned out the way you had expected it to, and you realize that you are no longer getting anything out of this situation. Now, the only choice is to put it behind you and move on with your life, even if it brings you sadness as you say goodbye. The Eight of Cups suggests you sense that something is missing, particularly on an emotional or spiritual level. And instead of waiting around for things to get better, you know you need to leave that unfulfilling situation. It may not make sense to others because on the face, it looks as if you have everything you had wished for. But deep down, you know it's not serving your highest good, and it's time for you to let it go and move on. I mean, more or less, that's the situation, just interpreted in different forms. I'm really interested to see what comes up in your career reading, because I think there is some sort of disappointment here that happened or that will happen this month. And it seems simultaneously, because we've got the Three of Pentacles here, which is teamwork, collaboration, Nine of Wands, perseverance, Page of Wands, you know, putting yourself out there, searching, looking for something more. Again, sometimes the Eight of Cups is isolation. So I don't know, maybe you need some time alone by the end of the month. Because these are contradictory. The Nine of Wands and the Eight of Cups are very contradictory. Let's see. Anything else for the Eight of Cups, Spirit, and then we'll move on, guys. What do you tell Leo to do? That is not helpful. Page of Cups. What are you telling Leo to do? Nine of Cups. I see. Okay. Yes. We are leaving behind the feelings of the Eight of Cups. You know what? I feel like as I was getting to that realization, Leo, I feel like you already got there, and I'm so sorry. It's because I don't use the reversals in this deck. I don't use reversals in this deck. So let's look at, just, you know, fuck with me for a second. Let me look at the reverse position. I don't think these suggestions are pointing to what I'm picking up on, which is you moving on from this place. I don't know why, but I'm gonna see what I get from this. I like never use this deck. I got this deck because I was hired at an event once. Anything else for this Eight of Cups? I know like 3 cards that are in here. The treasure within. Your true value lies within. Trust your worth. Anything else? Find strength and stability and resilience in grounding. The anchor. All right. I'm done. All right, let me just summarize real quick and let's move on. Okay, let's move on to your love and relationships, okay? So bear with me while I gather my things. Woo. I wonder if people would consider the Hierophant as a spiritual journey. I'm just trying to think about like how else that card might connect. I don't know. Okay. Could be. Again, whatever. All right. Let's summarize real quick. Current self, 7 of Pentacles, waiting for results. Theme of the month, trust your intuition. Trust what you feel and sense because it's going to contradict what's happening in front of you. Theme of the month, or key goal to pursue this month, is to work really hard and be diligent towards a goal that will bring you abundance. Obstacle to overcome is 6 of Pentacles. It seems that you need money and you will receive it. Major accomplishment is strategic alliance for you financially. What to avoid? Hierophant, potentially a Taurus, potentially a spiritual teacher, potentially a spiritual journey, if you will. So maybe there's a chance that you need to not travel this month. It's a reach, but it's an interpretation. Other ways this could be interpreted would be a job. I feel like maybe there's a job that doesn't come through for you this month. You need to embrace 5 of Pentacles, even coming out of that energy. So here's what's coming through here. You need to embrace this period of famine because something is changing within you during this period. You're developing a skill that you need during this period before you experience abundance. That is actually a message that I'm just coming through here. Where to find support? Justice, getting what you deserve, resolving any conflicts or issues, overcoming. And then finally, advice and encouragement, 8 of Cups, that you will move beyond this period of sadness and isolation. All right. Okay, Leo. So that was a lot to unpack, but now we get to move on to other areas of your life. So bear with me as I put all these cards away. Queen of Cups just fell out, so be sure to take care of your emotions this month. Be sure to take care of your emotions this month. I don't know where my booklet went. Okay, here we go. Here is the booklet I was looking for. Okay, and resistance, I can put this back. All right. Okay, Leo. Let's look at your love and relationships. We're looking at what to expect, the unexpected, theme of the month. Okay. Look, the Hierophant is here again. So whenever we have repeating cards, you guys know my rules. Write it down. The High Priestess is here again as well. Write it down so that you can investigate these cards for yourself and uncover any meanings that may surface for you. I have like coffee from like this late afternoon. It's like 7. Look at this. I'm going to drink it anyway. Mainly because I specifically left the house this morning I ran out of pumpkin spice creamer. Okay, what oracle deck do I want to use? I don't know. What you got for Leo? Love life. Leo's love life. What you got for Leos? Past life relationship. What you got for Leo? Give your relationship a chance. And codependency. Okay. Anything else? I do want to see what comes out of the healing heart journey. Anything else? Actually, I'm going to wait. Let me wait. Okay, so we got past life relationship, give your relationship a chance, codependency. Now, looking at what to expect, we've got the Star reversed and the Page of Swords. Now, the Star is representative of Aquarius energy. Page of Swords is air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Typically, the Star is hope, faith, rejuvenation. The Page of Swords is somebody who's very communicative. They share their ideas. I wonder why they have a pirate on there. I don't really get that. I don't get that, but okay. Reversed, this is somebody who struggles with their communication and needing to like figure out how to express themselves. I always go to journaling when I think about this, needing to journal. The Star is like losing faith. Now, excuse me, there could be a message here, Leo, that either you're losing hope or you're losing faith in a relationship or losing hope or faith in your love life. Definitely when the Star is reversed, it's like you're losing faith. You're definitely losing faith. But it would be because there's communication issues. There's communication issues here. So for me, at the start of November, you're wondering, oh, this isn't going to work because if I can't communicate with this person, how are we going to get through this? Now, maybe you're dealing with an Aquarius and maybe they're struggling with their communication. They have unresolved traumas that they need to process. That could be a message here. Okay. The unexpected is Queen of Wands reversed and the High Priestess. Now, Queen of Wands, typically fire sign energy, which you are, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Somebody very strong, very confident. When it's reversed, she's not her usual confident self. She's much more reserved, much more like introspective. And I kind of think that's the vibe for you this month. I kind of feel like you're very low key this month, Leo. If you are single, you're really not in the field like that. You are just like focusing on yourself, trusting your intuition, trying to figure out what you need. You're just really focusing on yourself from what I can see. It could be that somebody pulls away from you. I wonder, Leo, let me know if somebody pulls away from you because they figure out that you're into tarot and shit. I don't know. Anything else here about the unexpected for Leo? Now that's interesting. 8 of Wands is here, and 8 of Wands is here as well, which I haven't gotten to yet. Something about traveling. Something about traveling is important, or going fast. What do you have? Okay, Wheel of Fortune. Something may be coming in fast. If something is coming in fast, Leo, I'm not convinced that it's a new relationship, to be very honest. This feels more like blast from the fucking past, okay? If that's the case. But, you know, it's Mercury retrograde, so that is to be expected. They don't have to be a fire sign. They could be. I wonder if it's somebody who lacks confidence or somebody who's intuitive. You know, I would prefer to see a water sign or something here if that was the case, but back of the deck energy here is Page of Cups. Sometimes people interpret the Page of Cups of like what you don't see coming. I look at the back of the deck energy most often as to what's already transpired. Transpired. I'm just peeking ahead here. The Two of Cups is next. So again, that confirmation, Two of Swords reversed, coming out of indecision. So emphasis again on the Two of Cups of there feels like somebody coming back to you. Because we've got the World here, and you might even be worried about that. You're not even like, I don't even think, Leo, that you are, I don't know, maybe, because the star is hope. Maybe maybe you have been hoping for somebody to come back to you and you're losing hope. I don't know. But if that's the case, somebody is coming back to you. Now, Leo, if this doesn't connect, if you're in a committed relationship, just like stay tuned or just keep listening just in case something does resonate. And it might not even be like a romantic partner comes back to you, but like somebody re-enters your life and your person's life. You know what I mean? So just listen anyway to see what you can get out of this, but let's keep going. So the World is major accomplishment. Usually when that card is reversed, it is it's chapters closings and like transformations, or not transformation, but like I saw on another deck that I have, it's like migration, right? Moving on, right? You're ready to go on to the next thing. When it's reversed, it's like you got some loose ends to tie up. We're almost at the finish line, but we gotta do a couple things. You're about to graduate, but you gotta get your gown, you gotta like get your hair done, like all the things, right? 8 of Wands reverse is like a slowdown. Things are slowing down. Okay. Now, if you notice, it's like a guy pulling a girl or girl pulling a guy along. When it's reversed, the 8 of Wands is like slowing down. Maybe an emphasis again on maybe not traveling, because I do this on love and relationships, but sometimes just like your relationships in general come up in these readings, even if it's not related to love. Babe, you need to let me finish. Sasha's getting really anxious. And I just want y'all to know, I am not torturing my dog. She has a grass patch that she is able to use that she only uses in emergency. So if she really needed to, she would fucking use it. But she's waiting on my ass to take her out. Okay. Okay, here we have the Hierophant here again. Taurus energy. Okay. Spiritual teacher again. Spiritual enlightenment. Traditional, tried and true. Some people connect the Hierophant to weddings or marriages because of its connection to the clergy. We have Four of Cups, looking at the glass half full. You're the only one not having fun. But then we also have Two of Cups. Here's what I feel, Leo. I'm not even going to front on you. And I'm not even trying to manifest this shit in my own life. So I have no idea. I don't even know how this would even be possible. But let me just tell you what I'm getting. It feels like, the holiday season can be a lot rough for the single people because, you're around a lot of people who are coupled, right? And it kind of feels like that's the vibe here. You're going into November and you're like, okay, let me try to put on a brave face and be around all these people, but you're upset. But it kind of feels like, what Spirit just gave me? Like, I can't even really pinpoint this, but like imagine a scene from like a Disney Channel movie where like the girl is at prom by herself and she was supposed to be there with her boyfriend and they had a fight. And like all of a sudden he comes through the gym locker or the gym doors and he's there to give her the last dance of the night. It feels like that bullshit. It kind of feels like that. It kind of feels like somebody is coming in at the last hour to claim you. I don't know. I don't mean to laugh at that, but it kind of feels like the vibe here. To me, that is my interpretation of this. Somebody's unable to move on with the World and the Eight of Wands. This isn't energy of somebody that's moving on. Maybe it's you that's stuck on someone, potentially. But given that the Two of Cups is here, to me, this is a message that you will be back with somebody, will be back with your person. And I'm also considering the fact that the major accomplishment was the Two of Cups, right? So what do you have for Leo? What you got here for Leo for the month of November? Excuse me. Listen with your heart. You are listening but need to hear with a loving heart. Okay. I don't really know what I'm expecting to come out of this deck. Demonstrate love. Find out what is important to those you love and act on it. I feel like there's another card in this deck that's like very similar to this, but okay. Okay. Now, if you are partnered, let me try to interpret this for the partnered leers. For the partnered leers. This could very well be a message that somebody decide. If you're planning a proposal, I don't know that I would propose this month. I'm gonna be so honest with you. I don't know that I would do that. You can risk it if you want to. I don't know that I would do that, especially if you're proposing to somebody to make them stay. Sorry, I'm supposed to be interpreting this for partnered Leos. It just feels like somebody. You may be sad, partnered Leos, that maybe your partner can't come with you on a trip. That could be a thing here. Random message. Partner taking a trip without you. Maybe that's causing tension in a relationship. I don't know. The Hierophant does represent institutions. So this can represent schools as well. And if you or your partner aren't in school, maybe there's a conflict here of like someone not feeling like they're getting enough attention because of schoolwork. I don't know. But again, because I have the Two of Cups here, I don't know. It just feels like you guys will work through whatever obstacles are coming up. Somebody's not happy, that's for sure. But y'all gonna have to find a way. What you got for Leo? Tempting, missing the intimacy, friends with benefits, recovering from infidelity. Let me know if that connects, Leo. Anything else for Leo? Okay, harp. Won't let go of the issue, dwelling on the past, need to release the anger. Let me know if either of those two messages connect. Because I definitely see like someone's upset here and potentially not moving on from an issue, not willing to close a chapter and let it go. But I mean, there's so many ways this could be interpreted. Okay, let's look at these. Past life relationship, you have known each other before. So that's why I said if you're single, I'm not surprised if blast from the past comes back in. Quite literally somebody that you've already dated or maybe have a relationship with. But also, it could be quite literally a past life relationship. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. This card, especially if things are struggling, this card is usually a little nudge to say, hey, keep going at it anyway. Get into counseling so that if it does fall apart, you know that you did everything you could do. And then codependency. This card mostly focuses on like addictions. But I actually look at it as like codependency on each other. So that could be a problem here. I am kind of getting that with the Four of Cups. You or your partner might feel codependent, and that might be becoming a struggle in the relationship. Like maybe they don't have enough independence, which would kind of point toward the Queen of Wands a little bit. Maybe needing your partner, especially because Leo, I mean, you love and you love to be like bunned up, but you also are very independent. And if your partner's not like that, it could cause a lot of stress in the relationship because you want to be free to do your things, but if they don't have things that they can work on, then you feel like you need to be your person's everything when they're free. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like they're not filling their time with other things. I'm saying a lot of things, Leo. So, please let me know out of all these messages what really is jumping out at you, but I'm going to tuck these away for now and let's move on to your career and your finances. Okay. I don't see any breakups, at least. I don't see any breakups. At the very least, singles, maybe blast from the past coming in. Partnered Leos, it just seems like there's a little bit of challenges to work through, but it seems like you'll make it through. Okay? I'm not really seeing any breakups, so at least there's that. At least there's that. I'm so over these cards falling on the floor, I swear to God. And I'm not even going to get that one because it's too far. And the only reason why these cards are falling on the floor is because there's a little bit of a gap between me and this tripod right now. So all of the cards are just like falling between my legs. Let's see. One of these days I'm going to get, when I upgrade my recording stuff, I'm going to have one of those things that kind of like are overhead and a little bit higher. I don't know if you guys follow that guy, Dove and Serpent Tarot. I love his setup. And I think he uses, I've looked into it. There's like this switch that he uses. So he really like switches between his view and also his on-camera view. I think he does it so beautifully. I'd love to kind of do my content how he does it. I think that's so lovely. Okay. Ooh, shit. Let's go ahead with your career and finances. Five of Pentacles here again. Okay, unsurprised. Eight of Cups here again. Seven of Pentacles here again. Okay, but the Ten of Cups. It's a happy ending after all. What's after the Ten of Cups? Shit. Okay, Strength and Queen of Pentacles. Okay, that's lovely. All right. Back to deck energy is the Empress reverse. Maybe clinging on to things, clinging on to ideas. Maybe needing to nurture yourself professionally or emotionally if you've been going through it, having a hard time in your professional life. Okay, let's look at some oracle cards before we get into this reading here for Leo. Okay, angelic help and growth. And let's get one more for Leo. I mean, everybody needs to spending right now. Okay. Here we go. What to expect. We've got the Tower and the Lovers. So the Tower, upheaval, chaos, sudden change. The Lovers is connected to Gemini energy in case Gemini is important, but the Lovers is also connected to business partnerships, unions, and contracts. And romantic, but it can be professional. So if this, it would be that you and your person, or you and your romantic love interest are having issues related to how money is managed, or like the way decisions are being made, or like what your money is going to. The Tower is also connected to, at least here on this channel, I connect the Tower, your physical home. So there might be some issues with your actual home. Maybe keeping the home, any disasters to the home, uprooted quite literally. But I mean, this would be expected. So whatever this is, Leo, it's already happened. Okay, this shouldn't be whatever you're going through right now, whatever chaos, and it could be chaos in the home. Maybe you and your partner are just not seeing eye to eye, but again, it would be on the finances. Maybe you need more support from your person, or maybe you just want a person to stop spending money. Maybe you're the one who manages the money in the house, and you're just like, yo, the economy is not good. I need you to stop. Maybe needing to use caution when making financial decisions. Careful not to overspend on wants instead of needs. More going out than coming in. I was just telling one of the other signs, I don't even know who, I'm not even typically a person who I don't like to budget myself too much when it comes to groceries. I just don't like to. But I am, recently, because hey, this economy is rough. I am intentionally in the grocery coach myself in, okay, you know what? Do we need to get this? Do we need to get this right now? Especially because for me, I'm very much a person that likes to be mindful about what I'm putting into my body in terms of the ingredients. I do look at the ingredients. Even like I mentioned, my pumpkin spice latte, I be looking at the creamers. I do not get, it's not like I won't drink it, but I try to avoid the coffee with all of the fillers. It's like, why is all of the fillers in this bullshit? I just try to focus on getting the creamers with like milk, cream, organic cane sugar, whatever. Like, why I gotta be all this complicated extra shit? So, but again, in this economy, I'm like, you know what? If something is cheaper and I could live with it, then I'm gonna get that for right now, It's just temporary. How do we survive, right, in this economy, right? So maybe there's just some squabbles about money that you're having with your partner about spending. If you are single, the Lovers card would be about getting into alignment with your spending, needing to kind of level out the chaos here. But the Lovers to me would be more like, I think there's another person, to be honest. I think there's another person that you either have a contract or a business dealing with that you need to manage money with, or owe, or whatever. There's some sort of chaos around a partnership or a contract, and money is a problem. So let's look at the unexpected. 5 of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. 5 of Pentacles is need. Now remember, this was what to embrace. You see how she's like all sad, but she doesn't see that key? And that's a really important message of the 5 of Pentacles. Sometimes it's so easy to be so distraught and so kind of fucked up in your situation that you don't even see that there's help available, Now, the Knight of Cups could represent a love interest. Maybe, I don't know your situation, but maybe someone romantically close to you helps you out of a bind. This could also be a water sign, doesn't have to be a romantic love interest. This could be a Pisces, a Cancer, or Scorpio, male or female. And also the Knight of Cups is related to something you enjoy doing, something related to art, beauty, culture. So maybe you're finding your way out of a financial bind, doing something that brings emotional fulfillment, okay? But to me, honestly, this would be someone helping you out of a situation, which, brings me to any help. This is a time to trust the universe and know you will be provided for. Pay attention to the signs your angels send you during this time. So whenever I see this card, especially if you're in a rough situation, Leo, Spirit's going to help you out, but it's going to be in the form of another person, okay? Theme of the month, 8 of Cups. walking away. Okay, maybe some of you job, that's why there's chaos here. Maybe you're putting somebody in a tough. Seven of Pentacles reversed. Remember, this was a position of current self. Now you just been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. I know my life who's been waiting on like a contract offer, like they got a verbal offer, but they're waiting on a contract for like the longest time. And I was hoping that they would get it before Mercury retrograde. Hopefully they still do, but now we're really in a tight window for that. But maybe even walking away from something. Low key, Leo, an offer might be rescinded. Low key. And I will never tell a person that I know that is waiting on an offer that, but if that person tells me that their offer is going to be rescinded, I wouldn't be surprised. But I don't know. It's complicated because this person, I'm just giving you other people's stories so you can see how this might connect to yours. This person is, I don't know if they told their job yet, but they have been waiting to tell their current job that to give notice until they get the offer from the other place, like the written offer. So maybe the Eight of Cups is this person walking away from their existing job, right? And that would bring me to the Devil reversed. Letting go, releasing, okay? The Devil is the golden handcuffs, somebody that's got you by the ball, so to speak. I often look at this as Capricorn energy or work energy because it's a willing agreement. But when it's released, you're releasing yourself from it and moving on to something much more fulfilling, much more enjoyable, okay, that brings you and your family, if you have one, a lot of joy and happiness. The Strength card is here. This is your card, really leaning in and just not giving up. And that is bringing you to greater levels of abundance this month, which brings me to the Growth card. Expect good news, a raise or new job offer. Money will soon start, promising opportunities awaiting. So I love this, Leo. I'm going to be honest. It looks like you're in a fucked up situation at the beginning of the month, but Spirit is coming through. Spirit is coming through, and it does seem that you will have to walk away from something or someone, okay? But I don't know that this is a sad moment. Whatever this Eight of Cups moment is, a lot of times it is very sad of like, oh, you know, it's like disappointing, but it seems that something like you've either been wanting to do or waiting to do. So to me, this doesn't feel as sad, especially because the Ten of Cups is here. Does that make sense? Let's look at your Oracle message. So we've got Sodalite. Okay. I don't remember any of these messages. So I have no idea what it is. 52. Okay. Okay. Intentionality, conscious awareness, an awakened state, inner knowing, and self-confidence. Clear expression of intentions. A state of conscious awareness is the key to clearly communicating your intentions to the conscious universe. The message of this crystal is to be fully awake as you make choices, large and small, that will influence your well-being. It's when we fall asleep to our spiritual nature and connection with the universal consciousness that old habits return and we get our commitment to transformation. Sodalite Spirit has appeared to help you wake up and notice whether you are becoming complacent and not following through as you promised yourself you would. Now is a time to reconnect with the conscious universe so that Sodalite Spirit can magnify your awareness, helping you recognize whether your conscious and subconscious intentions are in sync so that you do not get in your own way as you co-create what you desire. Okay, so you know what that's telling me? Spirit's telling you to lock in, bitch. I'm being so for real. Spirit's like, lock in, bitch, because you're getting off track. Lock in, bitch, you get in track. And you need to pay attention to what are you feeding your subconscious? What's on your FYP? Is your FYP building you up or breaking you down? Right? Are you paying attention to all those tarot bitches? They're like, oh my God, he's gonna text you tomorrow. Bitch, no, he's not. No, he's not. Please, I swear to God, if those videos are on your timeline, just don't listen to those readers. I don't want to say that they're irrelevant. They're for somebody, but it's mostly people hoping that they hear from somebody that they need to not hear from. Whenever I personally do those types of videos of like, you know, just like quick tarot message, I rarely speak of reconciliation because it's not, anyway, let me not. You need to lock in, Leo, and you need to lock back in with your intentions because it sounds like you have been losing the plot. give you a little grace, Leo. It just, you know, these times are not easy. And it is very easy in today's time to feel beaten down considering everything that's happening in the world, but also in the US. And it is easy to lose hope and it is easy to want to give up. But remember, we had that 9 of Wands, which is resilience. We've got that resistance, that push through, that don't give it through it. November is a month where you have to fight through it. Don't fall asleep at the wheel, babe. Don't fall asleep at the wheel. You know, you're going to crash. Okay, Leo. Reading. I was nervous, and this is why, largely why I haven't done my own fucking reading this month, but